My name's Jonah. I focused mainly on research.
Hi, I'm Kevin. I focused on the script.
Hi, my name's Sammy, and I mostly did the editing.
Electric cars have long been proclaimed as a way to reduce your carbon footprint and benefit the planet. However, some well-known personas, including Adam Conover from the popular show Adam Ruins Everything, argue that electric cars are actually less environmentally friendly than conventional cars, using seemingly scientific arguments. We show that Adam's claim is false using evidence from other truly scientific sources.
If you buy an electric car today, you're just shifting your fuel source from the gas pump to a power plant. And if those power plants burn coal, driving an electric car can actually put more CO2 into the air than a hybrid.
First of all, Conover cites an outdated article. The article that he cited was written in 2013, which means his data is extremely outdated. The data claims that, quote, the U.S. energy grid is 40% coal, 25% natural gas, 20% nuclear, and 10% renewable. Since then, the addition and integration of new and cleaner energy sources, such as hydro and solar power, mean that the energy grid is cleaner than 2013's data would indicate. If we were to use more modern power grid numbers, we see that according to the U.S. Department of Energy, as of 2016, 29.8% of U.S. energy is produced by coal, 34.5% is natural gas, 19.6% is nuclear, 14.8% is renewable, and 1.3% is other sources. Given that coal produces 2.1 pounds of CO2 per kilowatt hour, natural gas produces 1.2 pounds per kilowatt hour, and nuclear and renewable produce 0, we would see that the modern U.S. power grid only produces 1.04 pounds of CO2 per kilowatt hour, as shown by the equation. Furthermore, thorough drive testing by Zach Cataldo, one of the producers of the YouTube channel Now You Know, shows that an electric car can drive an average of 2.85 miles per kilowatt hour, as shown by the equation, meaning that an electric car only produces 0.364 pounds of CO2 per mile. In comparison, a gallon of gasoline produces 20 pounds of CO2, and the average car can drive 24 miles per gallon, meaning that a conventional car produces 0.832 pounds of CO2 per mile. See equation, which means that a conventional car produces more than twice as much CO2 as an electric car.
Building an electric car requires steel, copper, and aluminum just like a regular car. But worse, their batteries are made of rare metals that take intensive mining.
Hey, stop that! The floors are bamboo!
And even the mere act of putting the car together produces greenhouse gases.
Although Adam is right that buying new electric cars frequently will hurt the environment, that does not mean that making the switch between conventional and electric will have a purely negative impact, as he implies. As stated in this video, electric cars have roughly the same CO2 costs to produce as conventional cars. So, a person who needs a new car should certainly buy an electric car instead of a conventional car, since from a CO2 standpoint, they both have the same initial CO2 cost, but electric cars save more CO2 in the long run. Furthermore, electric cars use batteries and motors instead of engines, and thus have longer life expectancies, which means that the car does not need to be replaced as often. Since electric cars don't have to be replaced as often, that means the CO2 cost of manufacturing an electric car doesn't have to be paid as often.
The production of an electric car has no different CO2 costs than that of making an ICE car. In fact, the sources that were aired by Adam were outdated and going off a power grid, which is no longer existent. In 2015, 94 coal plants were closed, as well as now 33% of the energy grid is now clean energy. The argument that the battery pushes the CO2 cost of electric car production over that of an ICE car is also false, and the fact that, according to Tesla, a Tesla battery is only 2% lithium, which can be found in salt form all around the Earth that can be produced by evaporating the water out of the lithium brine. The rest of the battery is primarily nickel and graphite, which are not rare at all.
Our overall topic was, are electric cars bad for the environment? Adam's 3 points are shown, branching off the overall topic. His points were power plant costs, cost to manufacture the cars, and rare metals. Our refutations to his points are shown, branching off of his points.